Welcome everyone. Today we're reading Sonnet 42. Let's get started right away. So this sonnet is going to be about kind of a progression, continuing the emotional lines from Sonnet 40 and 41. It's also going to be about betrayal. It's going to be a double betrayal. And this is the final part of what is often thought to be kind of a 3-sonnet arc. And so we looked at 40, 41, saw the love, betrayal, and this is going to be the end of it. That thou hast her, it is not all my grief, and yet it may be said I loved her dearly. That she hath thee as of my wailing chief, a loss in love that touches me more nearly. Loving offenders, thus I will excuse ye. Thou dost love her, because thou knowest I love her, and for my sake even so doth she abuse me, suffering my friend for my sake to approve her. If I lose thee, my loss is my love's gain, and losing her, my friend hath found that loss. Both find each other, and I lose both twain, and both for my sake lay on me this cross. But here's the joy, my friend and I are one. Sweet flattery, then she loves but me alone. Wow. The last line is especially emotionally very, very resonating. But yeah, let's go over it line by line. That thou hast her, it is not all my grief. So the speaker is kind of saying it is not all my. They're kind of downplaying the grief of loving this woman, right? So we kind of had this kind of situation. Her, him, you have her. But it is not all my grief. It is not the entire reason I'm hurting, right? And so thou hast her probably means you took her from me. Romantically, right? And yet it may be said, I loved her dearly. But he admits it. Yeah, I did love her dearly. I did love the woman deeply. And so it kind of shows the emotional way. And so in the first line, they're underplaying it. There's like, oh, it's not all my grief. And yet it may be said, I loved her dearly. That she hath thee as of my wailing chief. So we kind of see this juxtaposition. That you have her is not all my grief. But what is all my grief is that she has you. This is of my wailing chief. This wailing chief, the lamenting of him, the chief reason of his lamenting is the fact that she has you. The real betrayal is not of the young man, but of the young woman, the woman that he loves. A loss in love that touches me more nearly. This love triangle is so personal because this woman he loves so dearly, and yet the fact that she has him is it touches him more nearly. Loving offenders, thus I will excuse ye. The speaker's trying to forgive them. They're trying to say, oh, you're loving offenders. You sinned in love. And so I'll try to excuse you. Thou dost love her because thou knowest I love her. It seems like you love her. He tries to explain away the reason the young man is doing this affair. He's saying, you only love her because I loved her first, and for my sake even so doth she abuse me. And so even for the woman, he's saying, even for my sake she abuses me. And so she too wrongs for his sake, maybe because she wants to be closer to him by being with his friend. And so he's trying to rationalize their behavior by saying, oh, you love her because I loved her first, and you love him because you can still be next to me. And so suffering my friend for my sake to approve her. And suffering kind of means allowing, right? And so she allows the speaker's friend to quote unquote kind of approve her here, right? So she's suggesting, she's kind of consenting to being seduced by him because he is supposedly linked with a partner. And so he's kind of delusional, right? That does not seem like the case, but he's saying, oh, you're only suffering to be with my friend for my sake to approve her. And so, if I lose thee, my loss is my love's gain. If I lose you, my friend, you, my loss is your gain, in a sense, right? My loss is my love's gain. What I lose is my love's gain. It is losing the woman is a way for the woman to gain his friend, and it is also a way for his friend to gain his lover. Very complicated. And losing her, my friend hath found that loss, and losing her, my friend hath found the loss. If I don't lose her, he must lose her, and my friend has to lose her. And so it's like he's trying to rationalize this difficulty in his emotions. And so very interesting. Both find each other, and I lose both twain. But when I let both of them just go be in love with each other, I lose them both at once. I lose both too, and both for my sake lay on me this cross. And he's, to the end, he feels that both of these betrayals are committed for his sake, and that this cross is a reference possibly to a Christ-like suffering, to this unwarranted suffering. He is metaphorically likening himself to being on the cross. But here's the joy, my friend and I are one. But here's, despite everything, here is one comfort. Because you and I are one, sweet flattery, then she loves but me alone. Sweet flattery, oh, I know this is a delusion, but she does love me alone. Because she loves you, and you are basically me. And so you keep seeing this emotional rationalization and a double betrayal that he's trying to get through. And so he feels love, he feels sadness, he feels a lot of different things for both of these characters, and must be a very devastating consequence for him, I think. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Quite an interesting situation. This is kind of one of the hard parts for me to get through, because this love triangle is really complicated. And the language here is also really complicated, but really fun to read. And I hope you had fun reading, and I hope you'll continue to learn and have fun. Let's meet each other again in Sonnet 43.